In this video, you are going to learn 10 tips that will make the quality of your melodic techno songs increase by 10. You will save half the time, and it will help you get signed by the most important record labels. If you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to reveal what for me is the most important tip. This tip made it possible for me to finish my songs in half the time. But don't skip any, because all the tips will help you improve. It doesn't matter what program you use, Ableton, FL Studio, Logic Pro. What you learn in this video works for any program we will produce. Tip 1. Anyma Melodic Techno Rolling Bass. Melodic techno is characterized by its powerful bass lines, but in the case of anyma, in most of her songs she has a really simple bass. It has this 1/16 structure. Some notes are turned up in volume. Exactly the note, 8, 12, and 15, so that it does not become repetitive, so that the notes can be lowered or raised in volume. In Serum, I have linked the speed to the cutoff. You don't need to make the sounds. Stay until the end of the video, because I have a gift for you. I put sidechain. I use Kickstart too, but you can use another plugin. I link it to an auxiliary channel. I use a delay. I use Ableton's, but you can use Echo Boy, or the delay of the program you produce with. We put a little saturation, and equalize the auxiliary channel. And now we're going to put the kick. That brings us to tip 2. Tip 2. Mixing kick-bass melodic techno. The selection of the kick is as important as the selection of the bass. What I usually do if I have a very long bass, I put a kick whose envelope is short. And if I have a bass whose notes are short, I put a kick whose envelope is long. This trick makes the bass have more space. Sometimes I use LFO tool to shorten the envelope of the kick. Now what I do is adjust the kick and bass volumes. In the case of this song, I have selected a kick that has a short envelope, but you can try different kicks to see which one fits best with the bass. Which this leads us to tip 3. Kick drum rack. Use a drum rack or similar. If you don't use Ableton, use the one that comes in your program. You can also use battery or machine from Native Instruments. Using a plugin of this type will save you time when trying out kicks that fit well with your bass. First, you draw the line of the kick, and then you just have to drag different kicks to try which one fits best. If you get stuck and don't know which one to play a reference song that you like and see which one they used. Tip 4. Melodic Techno Bass Synth. With this bass that we have created, we want to get it moving so that the song doesn't sound boring. We do the same. In Serum, I've linked the speed to the cutoff to be able to adjust the volume of the notes. I've put several notes in a row, and I've modified the volumes. In Effects, I have added OTT. It is a free plugin. I have removed the low frequencies. Long reverb and sidechain. I have sent the same reverb to an auxiliary channel with the wet A at maximum. I have added the gain plugin to increase the volume, the same delay that we have used before. And when equalizing, I have raised some frequencies above 2000 Hz. Tip 5. Arpeggio Melodic Techno. Adding an arpeggio will accentuate the bass rhythm and make the techno sound more melodic. Draw a melody that is in tune with the bass. And we are going to play with automation so that it is not so repetitive. If the video is serving you, subscribe to the channel to learn production tips that will help you create music in less time and of higher quality. Tip 6. Melodic Techno Hi-Hats. For the melodic techno hi-hats, I'm going to tell you 3 different tips that I usually use. The first is the drawing. In electronic music, hi-hats usually go every 3 beats. In melodic techno, they sometimes have this drawing. The second type of melodic techno hi-hats. It is to fill in all the gaps and increase the volume of the notes. The third type is to add some layers of noise to the hi-hats. I use the plugin that comes with Ableton, vocoder, but you can use any external vocoder plugin. Just by adding the plugin, the sound changes, but I usually lower the wet to 50%. The release depends on whether I want it to be longer or shorter, and I use the Foreman if I want to add a little more noise. I put 4 frequency bands under the low frequencies, and I raise the highest ones a little. Tip 7, know the tone of a song. This tip is for producers who are starting out or have little knowledge of music theory. How can you know the tone you are producing in the easiest way? You export the piece of song you're producing. You go Google, you type TuneBat Analyzer. You drag the song, and it tells you what tone it is in. Now you can go find an a cappella and splice, for example. And you already know that it is going to work well and be in tune. Tip 8, melodic techno song structure. Not all songs have the same structure. To know what structure a melodic techno song has, import a song you like into the project and copy the structure. Look at the audio wave, or listen to find out where the different parts of the song are. The drop, the intro, other, etc. For example, the song starts 33 bars in with kick, then they start filtering them. In measure 97, the break enters until 145. Then the drop comes in again with the kick from 145 until finishing. You copy it. This way it will be easier for you to know what structure to make for your songs and keep them in order. Tip 9, end creative block. If you have creative block, listen to songs by other artists before starting to produce. Import midis so that immediate inspiration comes to you, or use the right sounds to produce melodic techno and make it much easier for you to produce. If by doing all that you still have a creative block, rest for a while and come back. We are not always inspired, but if you do everything I have told you, I am sure that very rarely you will have creative block. And let's go with the most important tip of all. This tip is going to make a difference in your songs, and now I'm also going to tell you what gift you have for reaching the end. Tip number 10, the mixing starts from the beginning. Choose the right sounds. You have to do the mixing from the moment you start putting sounds into the song. Some people believe that it is when you finish the song that the mixing begins, but that is not the case. When you finish the song, if you did things right, you will have to play few things in the mix. If your mix sounds bad, you've probably chosen the wrong sounds. Try changing the kick or bass preset. Sometimes we think it is a lack of equalization or compression, but the reality is that it is not like that. Sometimes just changing the sounds to others is enough for everything to fit better. If you get lost in the mix, play a reference song that you like the way it sounds. Listen to references from other artists. Look more or less at what volume their bass drum is and play your similar bass drum. What volume are the hi-hats at? Takes them to the right? On the left? Does it put reverb? Make it similar, and do the same for the rest of the instruments. That's why choosing the right sounds is a very important part of the mix. Let's go with your gift. For staying until the end, I'm going to give you all the Serum presets that I used for this video. 100% free. I leave you the link to download them in the video description. But before you go, wait, I still have more. If you want to produce melodic techno at a professional level and finish your songs in less time, I've created the most complete bundle. Includes over 700 presets for Serum, Diva, Spire, Hive 2, and Vital. But also includes 5 sound libraries with more than 1,500 samples and loops, hundreds of midis so you can get immediate inspiration, and 10 construction kits with 10 different songs. The price if you buy it separately is €139.99. But now it is on sale for a limited time for only €39.99. Also, for watching the video until the end, you get a 15% discount. On the payment page, where it says you have a coupon, play Music 15 and download the bundle instantly. More than 3,000 sounds so you can produce with more quality in less time.